Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Troy for Committed Music. Welcome. This video is going to be the top 10 list for taking on a new cover song. If this is your first cover song, you might need to go into the latter portions of this video and try to discover what you like, and maybe what you like doesn't align with what you can cover, what you're able to cover as far as your skill level. So you might have to go to, kind of like some jazz standards, or some songs that are like Brown Eyed Girl, or something that's easy to kind of pick along to. Excuse me. That have a good downbeat to them. So first, speaking of downbeat, number one, listen to the bass guitar. Listen to the low end of the frequency spectrum and the kick drum, and where they line up on the downbeat. Usually that's where you can get your changes and where your right hand or your picking hand is gonna go as far as the next chord, the first and the next chords that you're gonna have to play. Number two, you need to play just the root notes along to the video or to the MP3, something like that. Just enough to see, maybe don't even invest more than 5 minutes, maybe 10 at the most, into a song. If you hear a song on the radio, or if someone tells you about a new song, a lot of times the mix is so diverse and in depth, and there's a lot of stuff going on that, a lot of synth stuff that's in the background that kind of distracts you from maybe a live version that you would hear on a live disc. For instance, Seven Dust is a heavy metal band, right? So they have a live album that's acoustic, and I think it's a double album. So in that, you hear all the nuances, everything that they do in those very produced, raw, heavy songs. But it's able to be stripped down, and that's what you need to be able to do as you choose your cover songs, and that'll help you a lot. Number three, see if the lyrics are easy enough to do a solfege to, or sing on a la syllable, away from finding those bass notes, those root notes. Number four is thicken up where you're able to. So instead of doing those root notes, put in some fifths in there and put in some octaves. Do your power chords, do the caged chords, C, A, G, E, and D, and try to make that a little bit more full. Number five is see if the bridge is too hard. If the bridge is too hard, usually you can tell by listening to the song, picking out your verse, your chorus, and then there should be this but if, this part that this changes everything about the song. That's that bridge sound. It doesn't sound like any other part of the song. It doesn't sound like the intro, the verse, the chorus, the pre-chorus even. Pre-chorus you can get mixed up with as far as the bridge goes, but the bridge is usually 2 to 4 different notes that you either haven't heard before in the verse of the chorus, or they haven't even been played, so they're purposely leaving those out of the song. So it's a little bit of songwriting tip right there, but it's a lot of my songs that I choose, I go to the bridge and I see what the heck's going on. And if it's too complicated, sometimes I won't choose it, or that'll be a challenge for me, and that's depending on your level of playing, and how advanced you feel you're able to connect with, and connect with the audience too. If they don't believe it, then you probably shouldn't do it. Like for instance, Natasha Bedingfield's Unwritten song, it's got a pretty huge turnaround, and the bridge on it is pretty, or what I think is the bridge is kind of it's tough for me to perform. So I need to rehearse it at least 2 times before I'm gonna perform that song live. So there's songs like that you can still have, but we're gonna move on to 6. now you need to run through, as soon as you get past the bridge and you're like, all right, cool, I can do this. You run through with the first verse, you play it all the way through, and then you play through the first and second lines of the chorus. So you don't want to waste your time with the third and fourth portions of the chorus if you're having trouble. Usually it's dynamics or parts in between the verse and the chorus. A lot of the staccato stuff, a lot of the stuff that really differentiate you from the cover artist, the artist that you're covering, in their version. And we'll get to this in the last point too. So you need to get that solidified too. You need to make sure it sounds good as far as the transitions. So that's number 6. Number 7 is video idiosyncrasies during your first performance. You want to look at these at home, record yourself, see what you're having trouble with. If it's that F sharp minor and you can't get the B and the E string, the second and the first string respectively, you can't get that fretted down with your first finger, just play the first, fifth, and whatever, the minor seventh of the chord that make it a minor, and you'll have a lot better time not getting that full bar, just leaving the B and the E string open. Has a different sound to it, but see if that works for you. See if this video cataloging how you perform this new cover song is good for you, because you really need to see yourself outside of your mental process while you're performing the song. While you're doing this song, you need to see yourself in as high detail as possible. It doesn't need to be a video where it's like, something way off in the distance, like that car right there, or that truck. You have to be able to see your hands and what they're doing and what your face is doing and where you're looking and your confidence level, and all these things play a part in choosing your next cover song, and with the songs that you already have down. Or if this is your first, it's good fuel for the fire and good words of advice. Number 8, when you do perform these live, if it's not for like a birthday party or get together or something like that, some kind of family gathering, you're going to want to check with the venue. You're going to want to check with the PROs too, to see if that venue has certification from CSAC, BMI, or ASCAP. Usually you'll see a sticker in the front of the window and it'll say BMI approved. So basically everything that gets performed there, they report to BMI. And then BMI artists, when you sign with a PRO, when you sign up with them, rather, not signing like a contract, but when BMI is exclusively with you, you get credit for every time a person covers your song. So that's why you should do originals too, and get your CDs out there and get some marketing, try to get them in music and movies and soundtracks and stuff like that, even if it's just a B movie, or for B-roll. I've done this on national TV, and I've gotten my song Zenflower on national TV. I had to sign a few things for them to basically edit that song, but it was on national TV more than once. So I'm not just making this stuff up. So it's a real legitimate thing. So check with your PROs. Look up a PRO and see what your options are. If you're in Europe, you're probably going to want to go with CSAC. If you're in America or somewhere else, BMI or ASCAP are really good. ASCAP came first, then BMI, so you can pick and choose from there. 9 is make it your own. So all covers, this is the huge thing that I wanted to tell y'all. All covers are either exact duplicates, right? It's totally covering it